The following presentation is dedicated to the community of MCTV network producers and volunteers that give their time and talent to create the original, local, and meaningful programming you could only see on Midland Community Television. We at MCTV would like to thank every one of them for their hard work, dedication, and support of community media in Midland.
Good evening, good afternoon, or even good morning to you all. I am Matt Richardson, and here is the news for the day. In our top story, the MCTV network plans on recognizing the special people that create programming you can see on Community Voices Public Access TV. More on that to come. But first, do you like music? You bet you do, and we've got your music right here. This year, community producers created recordings of Midland Community Orchestra, Midland Concert Band, Folk Music Society, Mid-Michigan Brass Band, and many others for you to enjoy at home.
The next performance on our program is a trombone duet.
These producers volunteered hundreds of hours to bring you the many enjoyable music programs you can see on the MCTV network. Speaking of hours and programs, let's check in with our markets reporter, Mary Jo Kellogg. How are the markets faring, MJ?
Thanks, Matt. Today we've hit an all-time high. Everything is up, except for our teleprompter. The Kevin Davis Show, produced by Kevin Davis, has increased to 6 programs and 60 hours. Word for the Heart, produced by Robert Travis, grew to 6 programs and 16 hours. Angel DeJesus created both True Discipline and Imagination versus Reality, a martial art and faith-based programs. And the episodes are way up this year. This has been quite a run for Stephanie Biasi and Ziggy Kozicki, creating A to Zig. Programs on racism and civil rights, the COVID crisis, and the labor unions. Progressive and Earth News were produced by Pam Hall and is on the rise with 5 programs and 85 hours. People Over Politics was produced by Jim Morrissey and they exploded. Hometown Heroes was produced by Annette Glenn, and The Spark with Junia Doan is a weekly program that is submitted weekly. Matt, these reports are an all-time high for 2020. Now back to you.
Thank you, Mary Jo, for that lovely report. Now on to Mr. Matt Thomas for the weather.
Whew, man, we've got fronts coming from all directions. Let's start out west with our Sister City program. This program was brought to you by John Metcalf and explains all about Midland's sister city, Honda, Japan. Coming from the south and spicing things up is Jambalaya and Jazz, brought to you by Delois Leaphart and Adoption Option. Now, out east here, we got the AAUW, along with the League of Women Voters of the Midland area, who brought us a number of candidate forums for this year's election. Let's not forget about the North. The North Pole sent us down, thanks to the Arc of Midland, a very colorful holiday elf. Stay tuned for more and stay warm. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt, for that report. Keeping the bells ringing, let's thank Chemical City Band and George Whittaker for their efforts this year in bringing music to the MCTV network. And as we are thankful and grateful during this time of year, we must speak to the amount of church services that are delivered weekly. The community was once called Church City, and it shows on the MCTV network. Peace be with you all. Speaking of peace, you will see none on the gridiron clash between H.H. Dow High School and Midland High School. Let's go to Chris with some MCTV sports. Chris?
Hello and welcome to the fastest 100 plus seconds of your day today. We're going to talk about the wild, wild year in sports. Let's tee it off with the Dow High Ladies Invitational. Dow High ended up beating Midland High by 1 stroke in that meet. We want to thank Travis McCurdy, Ron Beacom, Jim Malik, the Midland Country Club, and the Midland Public Schools District for their support in the program. From there, we're going to kick it with the Midland High and the Dow High boys soccer game. Midland High ended up taking that game 4-1. Get your act together, Chargers. We want to thank our crew right here. Swimmers, take your mark. This fall, we recorded the Saginaw Valley League swim finals. Dow High ended up getting second place in that meet ahead of Midland High. That was a great production because of the community volunteers in Abby Young, Marcus Thomas, Dave and Renee Erlob, and our MCTV staff. Are you ready for some football? We had a 3-game slate. We had the Dow High homecoming game, the Midland High homecoming game, and the Midland Dow game. Both Dow High and Midland High won their respective homecoming games. But when it came down to it, and they played each other, Midland High came out the victor. We want to thank our community members to help support that project and that program right here. If you're keeping score at home, Dow High's got 2 and Midland High's got 2. So let's spike it to volleyball. Volleyball, Midland High and Dow High played each other. Dow High came out the victor. We want to thank Emma Van Dungen, Dennis Caney, Jim Malik, Travis McCurdy, and Jason Harper for their production support. Back to you, Matt.
Chris, that was speed. And I like speed. Speaking of speed, let's test your internet speed because at MCTV, soon we will be delivering all of our programs to over-the-top devices like Roku, Apple TV, Fire Stick, and many other mobile devices coming January 2021. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night, great day, whenever you watch this.
We at the MCTV Network would like to thank our media creators that put community in community media. 2020 has had more than its share of challenges.
In the media landscape with little positive news, local media has been a way for the people of Midland to share information, entertain, and come together.
While 2020 kept us apart, our users created programming that reminded us that we can share in the joys, the victories, and the peace that we once cherished.
Many thanks to all of you who created, volunteered, and viewed community media in Midland. Best wishes to you and yours for a happy, healthy, and prosperous 2021.